Hey guys, John Sifferman here. In this video I'm going to be talking about the each minute on the minute protocol for pull-up training. This is a great strategy for increasing the number of pull-ups you can do because it involves a moderate to high intensity workout that is sustained over a relatively long period of time. It's great for building both strength and endurance in the pull-up exercise, and this is really critical for intermediate and advanced trainees in particular. That said, you can do this if you're a beginner. It can be scaled to any conditioning level, any skill level, but generally speaking this is more of an intermediate to advanced strategy, and so I'd recommend against doing this if you're like a brand new beginner who hasn't trained in a very long time. So it's kind of fun, it's kind of unique, and it's very effective for building your pull-up numbers. Here's how it works. Basically you're going to choose a certain amount of time to perform your workout. Say 10 to 20 minutes is my usual recommendation. You can go longer, you can go shorter of course, but 10 to 20 minutes is a good rule of thumb for most people. And for each one of those minutes you're going to perform a specified amount of work each minute on the minute. So whenever each minute starts you're going to perform your set of pull-ups. So you'll choose a repetition amount, and we'll talk about how to decide the best number in a minute, but let's say you're going to do 5 pull-ups each minute on the minute for 20 minutes. And that would be 100 reps total. I know it's hard to imagine that I could figure that out all by myself, but it's true. Even I own a calculator. So you're going to perform so you'll set up your clock, a broken clock, or a clock with a run-out battery in my case, or your phone or your interval timer, whatever it is you have so you can keep track of time. Set it up, and as soon as it starts, you start round 1. So you do your 5 pull-ups, 2, 3, yes, even I can count, 11. As soon as you do your 5 pull-ups, you hop off the bar and you rest and recover for the remainder of that minute. So maybe it took me 10 seconds to perform that set of pull-ups. That would leave 50 seconds of that minute to rest and recover. And you want to make the most of that minute. So you want to shake it off, get loose, catch your breath, try and recover your heart rate. Have a sip of water, write in your training journal, I just crushed those 5 pull-ups. Do whatever you have to do to prepare for minute 2, round 2, because as soon as the timer says 2 minutes, you get ready and you're watching it, and as soon as it hits 2, you're going right into your set of 5 pull-ups again. As soon as you're done, hop off the bar, rest and recover. So obviously you want to get your set of work, your pull-ups done as soon as possible so that you have as much time as possible to rest and recover during that round. That doesn't mean you should perform your reps poorly or sloppily. Sloppily, I don't know if that's a word. You should always use good technique, of course. Perform your reps smoothly and under control, regardless of what tempo you're using. Even if you're supposed to be performing them fast to prepare for a military PT test or something like that, make sure you're doing them smart, train smart, this stuff. But you do want to get the work portion of your set done as soon as possible so you can maximize the amount of time you have to rest and recover. And that's going to become very important towards the end of this workout, especially if you go for 15 or 20 minutes. You're going to wish that you had more time to rest and recover than you will. That's why I said earlier, it's kind of a fun workout. It's kind of interesting because you're on the clock, you have a deadline, and your body's going to be screaming at you if you choose the right number of reps to really challenge you. You don't go too easy or too hard. Your body's going to be really saying, you need more time to rest and recover, and you've got to train anyways, because as soon as that clock hits the next minute, you're on the bar. So this protocol can be done with any exercise, obviously. You can do it with pull-ups and chin-ups. You can do it with weighted pull-ups if you want, if you're an advanced trainee. If that's you, then I'd recommend starting very conservatively, going very light on your weighted pull-ups routine, doing fewer reps, fewer sets to start, just to kind of feel it out and see how your body reacts, responds to it, adapts to it. But you can certainly use weighted pull-ups or one-arm pull-ups if you're at that level. But you can use the easier variations too. You can do assisted repetition pull-ups or negative reps, or the flexed arm hang or the dead hang. Any exercise you can use with this great protocol. Another thing you can do is you can do a superset or a circuit each minute on the minute. This is kind of a great way to integrate the pull-up training into the rest of your workout routine. So obviously very few of us are going to be just focusing on pull-ups in our fitness program, And so if you want to integrate it with the rest of your training, maybe include some other exercises, you could do it in a superset fashion like this. So you do your, let's say we're doing 3 pull-ups and 3 dips. So when that minute starts, do your 3 pull-ups, immediately drop down, move on over to the dips, do your 3 dips, like so, immediately drop down, rest and recover for the rest of that minute. So obviously if you're doing 2 exercises or more reps, you're going to have less time to rest and recover, so it's going to increase the challenge, increase the intensity level of the workout. So you could do a superset like that. You could also do a circuit. One circuit that I've done in the past is I'll do a few pull-ups, immediately followed by a few parallel bar dips, immediately followed by a set of bodyweight rows, also known as Australian pull-ups, and then finish up with a set of push-ups. So obviously I'm only doing a few to a handful of repetitions per exercise because I have to get it all done under a minute and hopefully still have time to, recover. So in that case, you might only have 10 or 15 seconds to recover. It's going to be a very challenging workout, high intensity workout, but you can do it. So I think that's all I had planned to say about that. It's a great strategy. It's a lot of fun. Introduces some interesting elements because you're on the clock and you've got a deadline. But if you remember, keep all those things you had in mind, it can be a great workout for you. I almost forgot. This would have been really bad if I forgot this. This is kind of a really important point. How do you choose the proper repetition amount for your each minute on the minute pull-up workout? Generally speaking, you're going to want to choose a number of pull-ups to do that is somewhere between 25 and 60% of your maximum ability. So if you can do 10 pull-ups in an all-out maximum effort test and you just cannot do 11 reps to save your life, then you're going to want to choose a repetition amount somewhere between 2 or 3 or up to 6 repetitions. Generally speaking, the more sets that you're going to do, like if you're going to go for a full 20 minutes, 20 rounds, then you're going to want to stay lower in that range. So 25 to 30% range or so, maybe 40% if you're an advanced trainee. So it'd be 2 to 4 pull-ups would be your number. And you might have to experiment a little bit for a workout or two to figure out the proper number. That's really going to challenge you. It's not going to be too easy and it's not going to be too hard, because you don't want to get to the end of a 10 or 20 minute timed workout and be like, that wasn't hard. I could do that again. I could keep going for another 10 or 15 rounds. You don't want that to happen. And you don't want to get halfway through a workout and be like, I can't even hit my 4 pull-ups each round or whatever number that you chose. So you want to get the sweet spot, the optimal number of pull-ups, if at all possible from the start. And again, that might require some experimentation. So on the flip side, if you're going to do a lot fewer rounds, say you're just going to do 8-minute or a 10-minute workout, that's less than half, that's half of the 20-minute workout. And so you're going to want to do more reps per set. So you might want to be more in the 50 to 60% of your max range, 5 or 6 reps, or maybe a little bit more in the 60% if you're a really advanced trainee. So the goal is to select a repetition amount that is going to take you right to your edge and no further, and will be very challenging those last few to several sets of the workout. And if you can guess properly right off from the beginning, great. If not, you'll figure it out after a couple or a few sessions. So I believe that is all I had to say about this. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to get in touch with me. I'd be happy to help you out. I guess that's that. So I'm John Sifferman from physicalliving.com and thepullupsolution.com. Thanks for watching and take care.